Can you sell an insolvent company? Well, the answer is yes, you can. What you'd be doing is you'd be selling the shares, and the question is should you? Ultimately, what's your motivation? If you think it's going to get rid of prime misconduct, or it's going to alleviate your problems that you had when you were a director of the company, you might want to think again, because ultimately, who's going to want to buy an insolvent company if it's not a brand and so on? Ultimately, you'd be selling the shares. You'd actually not necessarily really selling anything as such, really. I mean, ultimately, but there will be a purchase being made of a service, conceivably, as very commonly you will have to pay somebody to do the legal work and the legal papers to do the transfer of the shares. It's worth bearing in mind that if you do this, that very often people will stick in a front director to take over from you, and the effect of it will be is that they will simply do nothing with the company. They're not buying the company for any real trading purpose. In many instances, these are schemes that are devised where people are setting themselves out as saying, oh, sell your company and avoid an insolvency practitioner, and that type of thing. Very often it's a scheme. They're suggesting to you that you keep the assets, that they're now interested in them and so on. There's complete misconception and leads to a breach of director's duty. If you take the assets, such as the debtors of the cash at bank, and the new directors and the new owners say, oh, we're not interested in that. Got to bear in mind one thing: you're director of a company, you owe that company fiduciary duties to act in the best interest of the company. If it's an insolvent company, you cannot hoover up the assets of the company, hand it over to another individual, and walk away and keep those assets. Those assets are effectively on trust for the benefit of the creditors. The fact that you transfer the shares in the company to another individual, the fact that you then resign as a director and hand the running of the company in a manner of speaking to another individual, does not get round the ultimate responsibility that a director has. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know insolvency inside out.